Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Saida, or Beats by E, tuning in with another tutorial. Something cute, something fun, but also something me. It's so me. So we're going to get right into this look, starting with the brows. And right now, I was just showing you guys the products that I'm going to be using for these brows. Starting with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color Granite. And then we have some of the brushes that I'll be using. I'll be using the JS10 brush from the Morphe and Jeffree Star collection. I'll use that as my blending brush. If y'all hear my husband in the background, please don't give me any grief about it. I'm so sorry, y'all. He's in there playing his game and the kids are asleep, so this is the time that I have to do the video. So please just bear with me, y'all, and if he gets too loud, I'll go and shut his door to his room and stuff, because we have our own rooms inside of our room. So yeah. But another brush that I'll be using is the M432 by Morphe, and that's just a brush that I'll be using to fill in my brows with, as well as a regular spoolie tool brush, and some regular HD concealer in the color Fawn that I just picked up from my local beauty supply. And we're just gonna get into these brows, y'all. So here you guys see me just taking some of that leftover concealer and patting it all over my eyelids. And I'm just going to take a flat brush and just blend it out nice and smooth and make sure that there are no creases. And what this is doing is allowing a foundation for us to have a blank and smooth canvas for our eyeshadow application. I'm also going to take some P. Louise eyeshadow base in number 5. Yes, that's shade number 5. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to pat that all over my lids as well, making sure that it's nice and blended and there are no creases. Like, what I love about this P. Louise, it gives me that nice, soft, smooth, matte, that matte foundation. Like, ooh, yes, y'all. I love it. This P. Louise, it also makes my eyeshadows pop even more. They become so much more pigmented when you use this. So if y'all not using that P. Louise, I suggest that y'all go get it. And no, they do not sponsor this. It's just a good product, and I love good products. Now the palette we're going to be using is by JuviasPlace. This is the Zulu palette, and I love, 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 love the Zulu palette. We're going to be dipping into that yellow shade from this palette. It's not too bright, and man, this yellow is amazing. I'm just showing the brush that I'll be using. This is a Wet n Wild small/medium eyeshadow brush, and this is just my makeup brush cleaner, a quick color swatcher. That's all. Helps me clean brushes without wetting them in between colors. I really, really, really love these Wet n Wild brushes, even though I have some of the more expensive brushes. But man, I always go back to these Wet n Wilds because they pick up pigment so good and they do exactly what I need them to do. So as you guys just see me, I'm just picking up this yellow color and literally patting it all over my lid. And I'm just pat, 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 literally just patting. And it's a repetitive motion over and over and over until I get the desired pigmented amount onto my eye. And then I'll go ahead and I'll switch over to the next eye. I have 5 children, you guys, so bear with me. Every time you guys see me look over and talk to someone, I'm talking to one of the babies. The little kids are 4, 2, and 1, so they always bother mommy while she's doing makeup. So every time you guys see me look over, I'm talking to the kids. Here y'all just see me grooving and jamming to some music. I was probably listening to the City Girls' new album. I don't know. I listen to a lot of different stuff. But I'm literally doing the same exact thing that I did to the other eye. Just building up that color until it's the desired pigmentation that I like. And I'm going to move on to the next step, but not before we blend. So what you guys see me doing here is I just have a medium blending brush, and we're going to take that and literally erase those lines on the edges of the eyeshadow. We're literally just taking this brush and smoothing out those lines and going over the eyeshadow just a little to the patchy spots or spots that we missed. So we're just blending it out to make it seamless and smooth as if it was all applied at one time. Now what you see me doing on this next step is I have gotten the same P. Louise eyeshadow base from earlier that we applied on the top of our lids, and the same brush that I blended it in with, as I'm going to take a little of that and I'm going to begin to carve out a crease. Now to get the start of my crease, I take a dab of the P. Louise concealer and I'll dab it in the middle of my eye, and I'll look up as to where I want my indication to be for my crease. Now I am one of those girls that has the dreadful hooded eyes. I hate having the hooded eyes, but hey, there's nothing we can't work with. So I literally take my crease a little higher than my natural crease would be, because we actually want to see the eye look and we don't want it to be hidden by our hooded eyes. So I'm just going to take this brush and just go ahead and carve out that cut crease, and I'm going to do that to both of the eyes. Bear with me, y'all. Y'all know how it can be with these cut creases. You got to get them right or else it's not going to be worth it. So just bear with me, because this is the longest that I take on my eye looks when I do my cut creases. They got to be right, y'all. Okay, darlings, now that our crease is cut, we're going ahead and fill them in. Like, we're just going to go and mattify them. I'm going to take this palette, the IconicLondon palette, and I'm going to go into that shade Marshmallow. It's this pretty, not necessarily white, but kind of like light tan and white. If they had a baby, that's the color I would describe as this marshmallow, because it's not too white like a real marshmallow. And I'm not using it as a pigment, I'm just using it as a base so that we can go ahead and make these creases all matte and ready for the next step of this crease look. You guys will see me grab that same JuviasPlace palette from earlier, the Zulu palette, and I'm going to go in and get the same exact yellow shade that we applied as our first shade, and I'm going to apply that into the area where we carved the crease, making sure that I'm staying inside those crease lines and not over blending into the other yellow that we applied first. Finishing up adding the yellow to the crease, I'm going to just jump right in to applying a nice shimmer shade on top of this yellow. Since I'm going to be putting on glitter, I have to apply this shade in order to make the glitter pop and look a whole lot, how should I explain it? More filled in without using as much glitter. So you guys will see me going into that same Iconic palette that I used the marshmallow shade out of, and I'll be using the color Icon. I will use that shimmer and just top it all over that yellow. Brief intermission for a mommy break. Mommies are never done working. Here you see me with some glitter adhesive, and I'm just going to apply that all over the crease sparingly, not too thick. We don't want it to take too long to dry because the glitter is going to stick either way. Making sure that I outline really well so that I don't get the glitter outside of where we carved the crease. Here you'll see me pull out my handy dandy palette with my favorite mirror on it and get a nice flat brush so that I can pick up the glitters nice and easy and apply them quickly before the glue dries. This look turned out so pretty, y'all. Like, when the glitter was added, it just made it pop. I'm going to go ahead and take some more of that glitter adhesive and apply it to places where I see that there isn't much glitter sticking to. So I'm just filling in those areas, making sure I get as close to the crease line as possible. Ain't it cute? Yes, yes. So we're just going to do the same thing to the opposite eye, making sure that we stay inside those crease lines and get as close to the line as possible at the top. And making sure that we fill in those gaps with extra glue and glitter if we see any going forward. The glitter is applied and we are shining, shining, shining. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a wing on this baby because I love me a good old wing, y'all. And since we have glitter, I am not going to go all out and do a big fat bold wing. Just something nice, thin and cute, you know, just something to say, hey, I'm here and you see me. Something really cute that's fitting for this look. You guys will see me use two liners, and the first one I'm using is just this liner that I ordered off of Amazon. They came in the pre-step, where you can just mark out where you want the wing to be, but I don't like those, so I just use the pointed side, and I just use that one to carve out where I want my line to be. And the second liner that you'll see me going in and actually defining my liner and making it nice, neat, and pretty is the BigFatLiner kohl marker pen. I love it. It's so dark and it sticks and it lasts. I had to do my little dance because I just think liners and wings make every look so much better. Y'all see what I'm talking about when I say the pre-stamped liner pens? I almost opened that side and stuck it to my eye. I hate those things. I can never get them right. So if y'all know how to use them in the correct way, or if y'all have videos showing and literally explaining in good detail on how to use those, drop the links below. I would love to watch them because, baby, I struggle with that. So from this point on, I'm just going to be free-handed until I find an easier way. This is Nelly Boo Boo. She wanted to make her little camera appearance. She kept bothering me, so I had to bring her on camera. What day they say on Friday when Craig told him, hey, player, you forgot your seatbelt? What they say, players mess up? Yeah, I messed up my eyeliner and I had to go in and fix it. So I'm going to go in and fix it. So yeah, that's what y'all see me doing. I'm just fixing it with some of that concealer and that same brush that I blend my eyebrows out with, and just erasing it like it never even happened. So y'all see me going in and making sure that these wings are at least looking like sisters, because we're not going to get them looking like twins. I can tell y'all that now. The only twins we worried about is my 9-year-old twins, and they fraternal, so we not worried about nothing looking identical, and that is a fact, honey. Okay, so once we move on from those wings and we are satisfied with how they're looking, we're going to get into those lashes. Now, I am a fan of this 25 mm and higher lash category that's going around. Like this, what is it, a phase, a stage, or whatever y'all want to call it. I am a fan, and that is a ship I can get aboard because I love the drama. I love the flair, the fluffiness, the wispiness. I love it. So right now I'm just taking some Laura Geller mascara and applying it over my lashes to coat them from being yellow and making them back black. And I'm applying some lash glue, and the glue that I use is the Kiss lash adhesive, y'all, and I love this glue. No, this is no promo, y'all. This lash glue is literally the bomb. It's the Kiss Strip lash adhesive with aloe, and it dries clear. Y'all can use it for glitter. Y'all can use it as a primer when y'all want to wear colored liner. Man, this stuff is the bomb, and they have your lashes sticking all day long. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply that and let my lashes dry. And I do apply the glue to both of my lashes so that I don't have to wait, y'all, because sometimes I can be impatient. And we're just going to go ahead and make sure that those lashes is nice and up there and blending and sitting real pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the eyelash tool and make sure that we get them sitting nice and in place. Now you guys will see me have a cotton pad because my eyes do water a lot during this process. So I want to make sure I keep my tear ducts as dry as possible so that we don't ruin our eye look as well as get wet lashes and then our glue won't stick, and nobody wants that, right? So yeah, we're just gonna dry it on up. Now that the eyelashes are in place, we're going to take that same mascara from earlier and we're going to swipe it underneath the lashes onto the real lashes, blending them into the lash strip, making it one seamless blended process. Now what y'all see me doing is moving onto the face, and we're going to start by toning and cleansing our skin. Now my skin has already been thoroughly cleaned with my face wash, so I'm just going to take a few pumps on a cotton round and wipe it all over to my face, toning as well as trying to clean up some of that extra concealer from earlier. I'm going to take the double-ended spoolie brush and get some of that glitter that I seen fall down and clean it up and make it look nice and pretty before moving on to moisturizing. So the moisturizer that I use is by L'Oreal. It's a collagen filled moisturizer. You guys, it is so bomb. I love it. It's super thick, but it doesn't leave my skin super oily, and I can use it in the mornings and at night after I wash my face. So yeah, it's a must have for my skincare collection. Now that we have that nicely pressed into our skin, we're going to move on to the priming stage. The primer of my choice is this Equalizer Foundation Primer by Morphe. You guys, it gets me done right. I just love it. It is so soft on my face. It's smoothing me out. It's getting rid of all those extra holes and those wrinkles that I don't want showing through my foundation. It is so matte, y'all. When I say matte, it feels like velvet. I love this primer, you guys. Probably my favorite that I've found so far. Okay, now that the priming is done, we're just going to get our shade of choice for foundation, which is the same spicy brown 338 Maybelline from earlier. We're just going to dot that all over our face until we have enough to cover the areas that we need. And then I'll be taking a flat brush. Yes, you guys heard me, a flat brush and not a beauty blender. I used to use the beauty blenders, but I don't like the coverage that I was getting when I just went straight in and put it to my face to blend out my foundation. I found that I was getting a lot of uneven areas and some areas were looking patchy. I thought that was because I was using a wet beauty blender and it was kind of like picking up the product, so I started using it dry and I just wasn't a fan of the outlook. So I went and switched to these flat top brushes, and my God, I love them. This is an inexpensive brush. This is a Wet n Wild brush, and I believe I got this brush at Walmart for like $3, so you can't beat that. Wet n Wild has really good brushes for their prices. They are okay in my book, you guys. And I'm just going to cover up that lace and those baby hairs on that wig. We don't want any makeup in there getting caked up and looking all ugly and disgusting. So we're just going to gently and carefully blend around that and blend until we are satisfied, and then moving on to our concealer. The concealer that we'll be using for this look is this little cute mini contouring concealer. This is by Tarte. This is the Shape Tape I'm not sure what color it is in exactly, but I will drop that in the description box below. And y'all, I was never, a fan of the concealers and everything. But a few months ago, I actually watched a few videos back to back on the proper way to conceal. And I just learned some things from those videos and some things that I just kind of knew would work for me and my skin. And I just started at it, and now I love it. I am obsessed with this part of my makeup routine, and I'm telling you, I will not skip it, baby. I need to conceal those bags and all those dark marks we don't want to pop through. So yeah, you guys see me just taking a beauty blender and blending this out. I'm going from the inner corner of my eye to the outer corner, just in and out, and I'm just blending my chin, blending all the areas where the light will hit and kind of enhance. So I'm just making sure I blend it in really well, because we don't want just these white blobs sitting on our face like we didn't blend too well. I'm slightly going to contour that nose. I don't go in too heavy because I don't like a super pinched nose. My nose is already small, so I just kind of enhance the features of it a little bit, just make it pop, so it's just not flat. Now that is done, I will be taking the same Zulu palette by JuviasPlace from earlier. Yes, you guys, this palette will probably be empty soon because I use it in every single look, because I contour with her. Now I take that brown shade and I go right up under those cheekbones, and I start to carve out my face and put color back into my face where the concealer might make it look a little ashy at. So I'm just contouring and making my forehead look just a tad bit smaller, as well as bringing in my cheekbones and my jawline. Now, contouring, I've always had a love-hate relationship with it. Now, don't get me wrong. I love how it makes my face look, the color that it puts back into my face after the concealer. And I love how it kind of slims my forehead and defines my jawline. But it is kind of difficult for me to get it in the correct placements. I don't know if I'm placing it too high, too low, if I'm not going in deep enough with the color to make it more pigmented. But I do like how it turns out. But that is something that I would also like to work on. So if you guys have some tips and tricks, please feel free to drop them in the comment box, and I will read them all, I promise. Here you guys will see me going in with some translucent setting powder. This is a setting powder by NYX, and this is a really, really good powder. It's light, and it gives me the light coverage that I'm looking for. I don't really like to set and bake, so I kind of stay away from going into this step with a heavy hand. So I try to do it as gently and lightly as possible, just enough to do what I needed to do, but not to excessively take the color out of my face. At this point, I don't know if I'm talking to the kids or singing along to the music, but anyway, you guys will see me go back into that same palette that we contoured with. I'm just going to lightly dip my brush into that brown shade so that I can knock off this excess translucent powder under my eyes, on my chin, and on my forehead. Now, this will have it looking really, really good because it won't be excessively dry looking or ashy or dull, and put a little color back into that face and have it the right shade we need it to be. Going into that same palette using the same brush that we contoured with, I'm going to dip into that pinkish color at the bottom and kind of apply it all over my cheeks as a blush. I love this for my blush because it's not too red, it's not too pink, and that is exactly how I like my blushes. Yes, yes. You know, I just see my skills coming to life right before my eyes as I'm doing this voiceover, y'all. And it's so satisfying because I have come a long way. Now we're just going to take some setting mist and we're going to spray our face one good time and kind of dry it so it sets down real good. The spray that I used was the Continuous Setting Mist by Morphe. That was the berry one from the Jeffree Star collection. I probably won't buy it again. I only bought it because it was $9 versus the regular one for $21. But once this is almost gone, I'll order the regular one from Morphe. Now, going in with some highlighter, you guys. Finding this highlighter, it has been a lifesaver for me because I am in love with gold highlighters. And this little beauty compactor, it has 3 highlighters in one. This is the pineapple shimmering highlighter from iHeartRevolution, and y'all, I love it. Like I said, 3 different gold shades in one, so you can kind of mix them or just use one on its own to just find your perfect color. Now, working at the Ulta Beauty Warehouse, I do see a lot of products that I want to try, and this was one of them. I seen it when I was packaging boxes one day, and I'm like, I'm going to order this. And I went home and I ordered it, and I love it. You guys, I will probably buy 2 or 3 more of these just to have on stock. So when one is gone, I always have another. I just love the shine, the shimmer, the different tones and the different golds. It is working for me, y'all. It's working. Taking a smaller brush, I'm just gonna go ahead and dip it into that highlighter and just kind of go ahead and accentuate my arch underneath my brow bone. Moving on, we are going to begin our lips. Now, I have small lips, as you can see, or at least a small top lip. So I don't like the thick liner lines. I don't like the super bold colored on my lips. So I always go light and natural. I just take this MAC liner in the shade Prunella, which is so smooth, so it's easy to glide over the lines. And I just line my lips with that, and so I have the desired outcome of what I want my lip line to look like. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the bold lips on people who can pull it off, who actually have the lips for it, but I just haven't found the right color combination for me. So what you guys see me doing is taking a shader and just kind of shading and blending in that liner so that it has a more smoother application. Now I am taking this lipstick. This lipstick is by Hank&Henry. I love it. I don't know what I've done with the box, and it doesn't have the color on the bottom of it, but it is a wonder to have. It's so neutral, and it damn near goes with all my looks that I do. And you'll see me just placing some gloss on the top of that. That's just some gloss that I ordered from Ulta. Ultra Shine. I love it. That's my husband, y'all. He's coming in here asking me how long does it take to do makeup, because he was wanting to watch some movies while the kids were getting ready for bed, and he was ready for some husband time with his wife. So you guys will see me placing my signature molds, 1 below my lip and the 2 on the side of my right eye. I will not complete a makeup look without my babies. They bring my looks to life and make me feel like a diva. Bless you, babe. And make me feel like a diva. So I'm just taking that setting mist and I'm spraying my face one last time. As you can see, I'm just playing with the lights so that you guys can see the finished look. And yes, y'all, I love it. What y'all think? So we are done. This is our final look. I am loving how it turned out. For yellow to be my favorite color and me not have any yellow looks in my makeup album, this is definitely a winner. So drop below what you guys think of this look. Any tips or anything I could have done better, any steps that I've missed, feel free to drop, and we'll all go and grow from here. Until next time, my babies, stay blessed.